The workata and pensi mu ebre edru so say yede ebeso mu medi de na ma entifo many na efia broni ene Kwesi Parker Wilson eka abom asomo Kwesi. Morning. Hi,
morning.
How are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
Did you slept well? Did you sleep well?
Yes, before
you did.
Before crack count. Did
you sleep well?
Yeah, of course I slept well. I did.
If yeah, how about you? I don't know about.
I don't know.
I see.
As we been trying to come from Fuka Kreguma, so
my sleep was sweet.
You had a good night. You had a good sleep.
It was a sweet.
You had a restful night.
Sweet night.
Okay. Kwesi.
As a me chire mu no beso beto.
Okay.
Who be some I say sweet night.
Sweet night.
Was a good night. Me say sweet night.
But we need to
it was a sweet night. The way you are stressing on the sweet night.
And the also can
and then that's not a holiday.
Yes.
It's for one maintain analysis. And a holiday.
Yes.
So on your enough day to rest. And that's you around because it was a holiday. And you say on your sweet dreams there, sweet night there. And then one and count one.
The other night.
Okay.
One sweet night in very bitter night. The daily graphic truth and accuracy every day. Big push prioritizes local contractors. 490,000 jobs targeted under infrastructure drive. Roads Minister Ena Abosa Amanyeina Obamin Senifaswa Ucha EMP Penipa Oda Anu Ra Engineer Dr. Ibrahim Mahama Infoni Oha Osi EMP donates $5 million to Black Stars. Fundraiser mobilizes $11.5 million, 13.97 million Ghana cedis. Say Black Stars kwa mukwa kwa jinemu anaso mukwa World Cup ewo abrochenu sasika no na ye susu anase ye twade ato anaso manfo krampo erezi de eso masene sebe ya kwa yenso ye betumi akoyenim cup no ye de beba fe ogidi akase amen. Now, forest must Forest must drive economic transformation. Lands Minister declares as Tree for Life initiative launch. And also in El pay 13 El Kata Yimunafe. As I'm Cassia and pay daily graphic Eddie by which are Ghana Mampany, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama Okuta Aso Pickers na Odebo for Mampany Phobi Ejna Ninchain. Also first Farmer Services Center starts. Strategic national investment in agriculture begins. President Mahama declares at sword cutting ceremony. And also some edema equafo in page 13 Kwesi also.
Okay, so anything that has to do with climate change, green evolution, manage ho. Eti no say minister no ewo ho. Na I said
okay, so I say first Farmer Services Center starts. Structure and I na work. Okay, there you know. Okay, big push. Forest. Okay, forest drive economic transformation.
Yes. Forest must drive economic transformation. Yes. And there the climate change after the serious. They are not polluting because all planting more trees. What it means is that climate change. It's big. The climate change. And I always tell people that first, time na hammer time and they say they say that's a climate change. First, time na walk ba, time na heat ba, ni na asesa. And the heat cry eba no cry no, eba excessively. And the heat the bopa. And they say asesa no, they say we must asesa no. And then issue cry to be a rainfall pattern no cry, ni na asesa. Because climate problem it's across the world. It's one of their biggest agenda. Say countries be abeshe. Say reduce air pollution. Say the bear area mu sakare no air hydrogen. And you see, for those of you who don't know, your ice will consume ocean.
Okay.
It's the more climate in exercise heat air ban. Na enane.
Na enane gu.
Na enane gu nsuo no.
Okay.
Is the reason say na say so washa. A lot of the seashores that Ghana nyina no. The insuo is coming home. Insuo no ebe fie. Iti obi kane no na nka keta ho ne ade no. Baby obi fie ho a na eni krom bibi ote no. And then sa ewo nyina kokodi pum.
Okay. Okay.
What I say?
Insuo na betu.
Insuo na betu no.
Chade kwane nane gu nsuo ni mutina ama.
Exactly. It's a rising sea level. You're from rising sea level. Insuo no. You know me, I did my master's thesis on climate. So some of this is I'm very passionate about it. I'm on for tiasi. To say breaking down I'm on for tiasi. One example I'm there it is we was saying insuo no. And because of that, sa ewiem na aye hyehyehye na not ice no. And a good soon, mama, in your rising sea level. At a piam for year to 12. It is a binary or see Oyerepa trees. I am happy about it. Makana, India, then you monitor any.
Yes, and the issue. If you are able to meet the idea, but you monitor, there's no data. There's no data. Because a boy because in Riano a boy climate exactly a check carbon things and no man a climate change in basabasa a chikonomu in Riano a chikonomu so a reduce no so in Riano a go straight into the sky a atmosphere na akwatisa no was wrong it's mystery where there shows us Diano. In fact, and a few weeks ago, we can't be so ultimately a reduce pollution now. The world across board ko omtima Oscar or mine itima Oscar so wabwa e reduce air pollution itima Oscar iti ende so say ye benye ska omu a me ne ya adwen ye momodin say ye dua no ye bo monitor na aboaye e wo sade no. And then maybe the last one I will talk about is the EMPDA Black Stars DA. I watched the program live. It was interesting. Now Oman announces the AMP out of $30 million on no chemu 5 million. On no chemu 5 million. That only chemu 10 million.
It's 200,000. Yeah, 100,000 Ghana cedis. Yes.
Ghana cedis.
Yes, that's only 200,000 Ghana cedis. And I still much 101,000 Ghana cedis. Or the between $1. One almost uncle for me in Angazana. One more problem. Uncle for me.
I do a quite stage in this one. Yes, one more haggy. May have video now. So I said school two boys are fighting near Doma Quajina. Who says still boy crying away Japan? No, a radio with an opener.
So that was where Omoye went. After that, Stombo was making some funny comments. I thought it was needless. No, I watched the program from start to finish Saturday evening. It was Saturday evening. I watched the program. In fact, I even wanted to attend the program, but I'm a break, so I didn't go. I was in Accra because I'm a so I watched the program live. In your
okay. And
after that incident, he started making some very unnecessary comments. Be that was unnecessary. It's shatter. Wouldn't shatter dimmer as be in the do timer. No, so we winning awards. I don't call work happening for free. Shatter was supposed to name some of them. What should the dimmer and those judges are not upon we got, but they didn't have friend on to check.
Ibrahim Mahama.
Yeah, Ibrahim Mahama. Ebona baso. I've seen people raise concerns. Say asike blasta enko bebia omunko bebia. Say asike waiting the hospital. They say there are no beds in the country. Waiting at Tompa and their manfo adaso. I don't know whether you've seen a video of Kolebu. A man for the former. Yeah, sure. Because now there's a policy, not just Kolebu. There's a policy now that don't turn away a patient because of no beds.
Yes.
It you may so much of not ubenya bi wo ho. It is patient in the back, that's a bed you go prana. Man tran konyem, man that form. And I've seen videos a man for that form, a man for takonyema. Yeah, show mo e wo Kolebu. So people are raising probably.
And maybe I will probably. And now what you for ABCD.
Probably. It's people are raising the consensus. Asiki yanka. Ye dey ma black star say nim say. Me bank omo e kan. Ye nim say black star. Omo nko be bi. Why don't you channel that money into health infrastructure? na embo situation because we know because I just say black star groups they come from qualify don't even qualify
never qualify
oh they be say the facts are facts modern what you say afcon na mo koye I mean facts are facts
afcon yanko bimpo you be qualify
na facts are facts
energy na
and nothing amount for age na no say modern mo go na afcon ba ko na ko no is it Cote d'Ivoire
recent one I ko boy
no recent one say yanko baba ko na ko no Cote d'Ivoire
yeah
was it Cote d'Ivoire
yeah Cote d'Ivoire Cote d'Ivoire je
say na Kobe
on Nigeria call final
and na Kobe you
qualify from group stage
you born choka it's na man for yes am for na channel to aso na why be dano and e piano it wo hwe wo mo ma born afcon na only gide o mu say wo call work up na bobo de it yes that kind of so you from my hospital for no for you
na say wo fi ahye no because wo share afcon world cup qualifiers na your boy na wo share performance wo say enoma sesa entese first no into munya boys no mugidi
supporters money
okay
I see
director
scary supporters
in there $30 million
I raise no
$30 million in supporters money
okay I'm a supporter.
Omo ya dey omo ko.
Yeah, me be see o.
Ebusha for me a supporter.
Me so ya supporter.
Me be say Blaster so nya mi ebido. Oni enyamoda. Me a supporter.
He no mbekọ bi mu Africa ho na eja friendlies bi na ta makoko ko bi say be ya me ko ntemi bi say me ya.
Me ti ya fe baby jo.
No dey ese mo.
Yeah, baby jo.
Eh asemo.
Yeah, baby jo na fine come.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I see.
More information over backstage.
I see.
President.
That means sports in the air. Director down there. What is challenge? I say, my pennies for the supporters to car. You work about $20 million.
Okay.
It's your first supporters on call. Nipa 200.
Okay.
Nipa 200 ya the omo car abano o man work about $20 million.
Okay.
It's a sports for Nankasa no. O Nankasa together with the ministry no. Omo raise funds, no for supporters.
Okay.
And we omo raise funds no. Because that program no, it was just to raise funds. Now, let me say it was raising funds to support the Black Stars.
But I didn't know that
supporters now omo raise funds in their mom. And they not supporters will be worse. Oh, okay, I see. You yate. But again for no nyagen and omo kase you for say can come hospital for no nyagen in be si ho a
it supporters 200 na ye raise skadia ma omo akona ye bo wi om nyina me ba
o send so be ba so ombe do on one ma say papa do na ho eja do na te ho nti say one ma ho ne ye hwe de ye hia ne say ye de wo ko ni say be ba so
maybe
one ma oni papa do na benya
o mi nyina me ba Ghana
em te say one ma oni papa do na benya eja do na so te ho nti o to wo twen nti so
Ghana what dey bo be say yambe ya do ba Black Stars na hwe kane no ho se ne na Black Stars be bobola Ghana for city wo mo ho hyem ne wo bom paye ne wo ye fasting se ne na city e ho hyem no it was because na omo nso no players no so kobobo no a omo so de omo akoma nyina omo ho ode nyina omo bibia wo mo nimbia e de hyem na mami mi so mpache wo born again local players e wo mo sisi ayedodo say one na Only nature local players e wo me say they were no free na bro chire e oboni team wona bro chire ayede na ba so mebo blaster onkuni hu onkokuni ho enkonya inji no kodru na bro chire ho a wentumi ankoye de wa so ye wo ho enti obebo ball no fe saa ye say ya wono emfa ne ho owi a wo kon ba bi waji ni sikoko ba local player the ekofo na free kotoko the ekofo na free house the ekofo na free kimfe same other what they say teams ni mu wo Ghana ha no ono okobo Black Stars o to okobo agilidi nti wo ba yire ne wo ba dwe ne tu nyina de abobo ama na yeye na menim ne enti a saa ne ma we yenhwe na yakoye no abrochirefo no ana yesesa wo mo be hye mu saa ye kwa ne akwaji eni yakogu eni mu asenti se ne obi ka se Black Stars ye nko ba bia me gidi se ye nko ba bia o ta bo hwe say group no cry be kompo dia
me gidi say be ko
say shatter to your cities cities na dollars $100,000 because obiakiwa was $100,000
and our branch the ones also
and also $100,000 $101,000
and UTI and Stoneboy so me na they all paid
$100,000
okay.
Yes
Mayor for the Chronicle the broadcaster enter so the spear of the nation EMP to invest $1.2 billion in Takwa and Damai after $650 million investment in 2018 deploys 30 heavy duty trucks and also Katai Emudamai mines acquisition na ho asem ena and pay Katai abo ho amane so ra Ibrahim Ahama ne EMP for no e de sika twitwi de etisa ahyemu a 2018 so omodi bi ahyemu enti eno ho asem eno no consolidated bank staff seals 1 million Ghana cedis and $139,000 from bank court told eni akwa no wenyiska oto man mu ache no anase woyi okay nti eno so eno no afei ne kwakromo no Ghana Depends Green Economy Drive with Tree for Life initiative eno kwesi aka ho asem bebre nti ebe ma mobia entache on it bi mana science student any climate change enthusiast wa ka ho asem
no magana masema ka ho asem nti da mind there no the MPP are raising a very very legitimate concern sir yembiem na adana kana na other miners no almost an special interest and go say ye yam no ba kopa because we omampani nua nti one e dey ma and found say we provide the services so we ye dan yo yembiem a we get to know the real value of the mine and how much is going to go into it nti anka be ya Ibrahim Mahama and I say aban no the lands minister bia de nim no nka say wa we interested bia in mining e would that mine no bra na ba bede na yehu e be more competitive but so the money ba come because there is a concern ye dey assume mama Ibrahim Mahama I'm told they say in the bauxite today there's also an arrangement going on say be man as well and that mine dey so we are also learning so no na be man it's a man sana
as any ba
exactly part 1
ni ba so ba ku di dia ko hu nye de
do ma part 1 and na come the man na omonwia ofia bemu so this one they are also raising concern the MPP is raising concern very very legitimate say they assume mines their mom the mind the ba be more Ibrahim Mahama in the box so the ba be man there then you raise some level of exactly it's a better than mind nke yembiem yebiem a na pakako if you ko amaba na yehu enti yehu obi oyo competent and of course okase Ghanaian companies and foreign companies you can Ghanaian companies almost like a pass and capability no to do the work. It is a Packer mining company, ama mining company, it's a mining company, any EMP mining company for no na ye ko bid
na fair play
exactly na fair play and I thought that what the MPP was saying was very fair. It's I pay so much Ivan Nana Bafo Jewa Manchester MP. It was who raised the matter in the interview that we did. It's I pay there penny. These are some of the concerns I'm for their body. So big tear, hallelujah.
What's that? Oh yes, family and friends. See, what's the MPP? This one, I'm more family and friends. What the name, what the way, what the way. It is a quiet say. Oh, brand, no, now, what the way, and what the way, man, what? Sadly, a become. I didn't know what say sending you the man, what bray, what other side. Almost a bit me a dear a Jumanama or Mamma, my antina things a dear MPP, Canada, and one no, yim. No be amra me say make me aba
oba for the dia ko mu nye de
am make me aya na
obi shi na kai adie wa ma black stuff I don't know na see again you born to ni
what the
man that's all the shame is what the problem
but
no be agi
e wo mu sa de but ono kwan so
de kan wa se sha doya wo ye okuro ma adoya wo ye okuro ma ye bo ge ye to ni
ono na de no boy
kama de number black stars supporter omo 5 million it is all the Uganda man not all the Ghana for what is the problem
I know she
donating the helicopter now as
the private jet was so big bureau in bia no man
as am TM
na say we say or your fan. I'm so too kind. I don't know buy.
And Mr. Parker, I'm telling you,
power necessary. On give you back
exactly. Somebody on power is kind of promo here. What's the problem?
You show where we are already time.
Be the any of money.
Yes, you are real. Emergency. And yes, I would watch it. Emergency case. He said. And now you're the one.
It was a quarter of a day.
It's others some person almost so echo be dibino. Almost show working a woman who the Omaya our humanity and society. I will say this happy birthday, Akua Asiedua. Yankasa Kwesi Asiedua and tissue so and now the 24th Asiedua and 24th March.
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Baby I will be a Yankupo Insurano Peo Hanky Chawunshu.
Happy birthday.
Baby I will be a Dunsuni to a Woba, the Chawunshu and Yakupo Shop.
With you and one. I will punish
buying to me and
they don't mean
okay. You didn't about one baby and a pair of share and I'll buy a piano for Suka Krabunity. Natural. Happy birthday to you, Kupo show, Pana, on Cinema show. Who birthday and if you because you soon need.
Oh, my Facebook for me. Okay. WhatsApp for now about do birthday beer. Okay. I said the man forbidden birthday. Me shall thank the man. Madam we should do birthday.
Bedro agenda no wakai. Na asana okay asana wakai no mame fa aseda kete ana say we kakre entwemu na Ghana Methodist Church Kwesi if you just diocese just so circuit ye hyase na otwe we ye call conference in successful conference e just so besiase nti ano pay ye gina kwanya so other choruses ni na for their commitment and dedication. Any omo mutumi ebabe boy yina so yeda mo ase papa wa wo usika any bibia wo ye de boy wo conference na ase no if you just say diocese titu ejiso circuit yese anope yeda wase e wo so ejira we so yakwa ho de ya ba be form wa ko to be ya be ko national form ya ba be form wa to be sabaye e wo so ya di see ha the if you bro need the Ghana to say it so me did na ma intifo.
For a summer when you know Makwa Babium Eba Oyerepa TV so OBT Jumedi any edema one na de edre Ghana to say what my Ghana say neko nyina ye boa ne ahwe ama oman no etumi ejina ne naso na konkan ye papa na no pe baby a ye kɔ ye de ani kire mu ewo achim osiem zongo ɛhɔ ena ye kona ewo ebuakwa North Municipal municipal honomo ye no ewo epoye mantemu Eastern Region ehɔ ne ye kona adehye wo honomo ene wo mu super wo mo asem nyina ne sese wo no mo anhwe anka ama mpanyifo entu anamo bi ama wo mo a anhwa yade a ebetie sikuro ne so no enye yade ketewa kora cholera yade betie sikuro no so amachese wo mbebre ntia wase ni manim ya wo mo ka ho asem na ene ebisa wo mo se eyedi enti ene wo mo ka ne sa na wo mo kire se bridge ya wo mo nam so edi akoniaba bridge no se leakages bia bebem tokuro bia bebem enti ebasa no a ensu a ye friend se eye supon ensu na leaki bo se na nenemu na atie sikwan ne so na de kankan edifi ede niema hodo enam ebasa no a anhwa na akofa yade ede abre wo mti na wose wo mka ho asem na mpanyifo ehwe na wono mo behwe bridge no ezisi sa kwan no ede ma wo mo na ensem yi wo mo ne ensem treni eye Bota George Bota enedi sa nkomo eni enkotie wo mo nsem no emra ye ba ye ne George nso ebekwa akodi nkomo na watwa ehunfo ni yie ede akire
wakwa no achim osem na ohwe bia ya megyina yi a eye osem new station a omaye ede amayen na yaye toilet facility ewa ha a eno ka ho a bridge bi a eda ha no mo a omanfo a ewo zongo community no etimi cross ede ba lolly station ho na enya no nko omo etwamu a utimi se ofrizongo na on pese obefa car kwantempon na ofa new station mu ha na kyerɛ sɛ ɔde asim ɛwɔ ɛyɛ nkronkron na akekakeka ɛwɔ ɛyɛ community mu ha na baabi a megyina yi ɛyɛ toilet facility no ɛne bridge a ɛda so a ɛkorɔ so de kɔ ɛyɛ saa new station na ɔmayɛ no nokura ni yɛnhwɛ adeɛ a ɛwɔ aha yi ɛyɛ pipe yi a yɛhu nsuo a egu yi ɛyɛ toilet no ne nsuo a ɛba no ɛno na yɛhunu yi na nsuo yi baabi a megyina nokura ni nneɛma ɛkɔ me mu deɛ nanso na homete a ɛyɛ me kakra nti ana ɛsɛ sɛ mebɛn ha na mekyerɛ ɔmanfoɔ sɛne adeɛ no teɛ nsuo yi a egugu ɛnyɛ sɛ ɛkɔ baabi te sɛ ekogu gata bi mu na akɔbiayɛ bi kɛkɛ nsuo yi esane a yɛwɔ nsu pɔn bi wɔ ha a yɛfrɛ no subi a okɔ nanaafo a ɔmanfoɔ a ɛtete saa biayɛ hɔ a etwa mu a de kɔ te sɛ akyɛm tafo ɛkɔ no ɔmo sa saa nsuo yi ɛnom ɛno ho ana ɛyɛ saa nsuo a ɛyɛ sɛbe toilet nsuo yi no esane ɛkɔ ɛde kɔgum na yɛnkɔ na yɛne ɔmanfoɔ ni bi a ɛwɔ community ha no ɛnkɔtwetwe ɛnkɔmɔ na yɛntie ne ɔmo nso ɛka
medin de kwadwo minta ba kromo ado bi enim sɛ fɛ na ɛyɛ me dɛsɛ ɛnɛ mabaha na mo ba be teki sɛ ade we di akɔma president ne mpanifo Ghana ehu ɔbrɛ ne amanuhu a yɛfam wɔ mpɛtɛm ase bɛyɛ afini ana ye kromu osem ha sei ebe afini na ye ha yempetema kakra bi toilet wa ha sei na toilet no hu nsu no efa aha ekogu enso efe ne subim ekọ na subi no so tenea mankofo konom ewo akire ekọ akire pa enu achi kromu nsu nya befa ha sei enti eme de se mama mo hwe efom ha sei mo hu se efom ho nya tutu abubu because of sa acidina anonom eko echinintin ama the saying ahana bubu ana hano so ekwan enkwala ne mpanifo nya faso ahụ krona chi no ekwan ya wachi ha nya ne kwan ni eti obi ntimi anfa ha ankwa yeso kofolo kwa so no ho asene wako but aha na ye ekwan ankasa say esu eto last year ni nya ha bubu yakọ district assembly sese beta fracha omo na omo hwe kuresu aseme man yakọ ne nchembro 1000 district assembly honorable oze ono kasa abahase ababehwe emprebe miensa eni asema make oye me dance ni so ono kasa ba emprebe miensa behwe statistic mpanifo ababehwe na dimofo ababehwe asema make amija ha make ni nei enye ebi a yentu hwanamo yetum hwanamo bebre panifo ni na wo district assembly na ababehwe they say mo hu like po no akaje ne buto forma yempate mo ye wa nya ye behye eninti saade we yetu hwanamo bebre ba obia emuayen etidako ensoto na se light bebu choice ni nya ye hia ne fi ye kanesen efi no man no ebetutum nika aba beka se bia ye beye ne beka se sorry anase den ne nipa ahwe ne nkwa nipa mo chew me de se ne se president wote wa Oma ni DC na owa ha na SMC ni abua kwa no fo ase na MC no da no oma ne mra untum ni kan we de emergency pa ye ka emergency a we emergency so nim ono atu ka ba be premier san ontu hwana mo intimi nim sa ban na ma ni sika fa meyo se bia asame no so ni sika wo intimi hu te da ban no mo ano na oma meye sa de we mayen na e dangerous they say ye fie na nkofo de yi kwan so no nya kwan ifi a ya yeden yesie no nkofo de yi kwan etimi sramo eye me de se efi enekoyi eden mo amohu se de bibia kofa eba na me de se ene no mo ye nti esre se aban no wedie ofo na ni ntufom no momode no meboa yen na yenye saade we ne emfiri ho na ekro na egu akire no enipa fa ha nyina no omoso bia ho nton na se beta frate yenye na se toilet no so yi ensuo no ye be ni bibia be yi a yenye ni yi every sasame no so mujin huska eti contractor na obeye no omo anye bibi proper ayi bia afa ma ayi no mo de ade no wa hwe pipes na de dem na eda ensum ana nkofo no mo akire eyi bibia nti ana eden me yes
enti abusuafo ye ko ahoma no so na ye ne ye George Bota akodi nkomo George wote benka ma che hello George George ahoma ne NC suye enti no ye hwese ye nsabeka no na ye no edi nkomo achi wosiemfo na ye te wo mo nka no se janai bia no wo musie nem se ye nsi wieye na janai no a ewo ho dada nkrofo ekoso no ehu nsuo ebusiafo janai hu nsuo areho omaye yetimo janai hu nsuo na esone egu wonu nsuo ankasa river supon eno sensu eyasemo janai hu nsuo na esone gu eye esuo suponim esuo no a wo mukom ekosa ede koye aduane ede bidware ede biye niam ahodo no janai hu nsuo esone gum no mo kwa akosa because omo ni nsuo foforo bia enti ewa na ewa so omoko no mo kwa akosa ede kono anu aduane di kodware ne ade enti no omo kire sese empanyimfo anhwe ama me facilities no a ebetumi di yare aba na ne yare no so de ba no be den pa ano be den papa because janai hu nsuo a eso ne egu nsupem amo akonom ede bia ye aduane edi bi edware de no kwasem yare ebeti esikuro no so no atim osiem ho no enya asem ketoa ti we de enimanimu ya samri man ya wo ho MC emrahye bedwani mu a mo betimi aye ade na mana ye no monkoye ne ntem emfama wo mo monkoye ne ntem emfama wo mo na we de eni enyan we de enya de papa we de eni kwanse etena ho chekora se yare tisi kuro no so a ebe ye ohaw kese ena de ama de hye no ebe ye arehosem ena de ama wo mo tini kwanse etwen ma ne koba ne saa eni kwanse etwen kra na de ama areho ne se kuro etese na ensuo hyede ni wona ensuo ba akopa wo mo won so a wo mo no mo no na eni ama wei ena eso ne gumu a na se ade na no wode na ade we kra se bio se bofa ohwene ho kra ye sen sebi ejanan anope mo fo ncheme na nso wase ye ka se bofa ohwene ho a etesen na nkampese eso ne egu nsuo mo akwa akonom George Butey hello George
hello awumie
anope de metie no mani nye ho kra se janan hu nsuo so ne egu nsuo Emma atimosimfo eno no omo sa no mo de na chese areho airtime boye nchiremu eyede de koba sa
yo awumi asani e ubisa no sa pepepe ana etie anopai bia ya me gina sisi eye abuakwa north wo epuemantem awumi sa ade eye hu ade a edi kromafo ni binya pa na eya homete papa ebe na kakrani ana ye ba na mo ekọ eho na ebe kokodu ye ne ehu se saade wei ekoso a omanfo ni bi aka ho asem a ate na nso mpempen ana mo nto papa bi ani ho no mo a feme ne o ka sei bi pa bi akoso ana kakrani na ye kọ ho na ye ko hu se yesa edanan ya ye hu eye etire no ensu a eli kinyina esane edekọ ensu baako a eda eye biaye ho hansu yi nsu ye nsu a omanfo ni bisa edekọ wo mafie mu ekodi wo mdumadie na me maame oha kakra enche na ebia ebetimi di oha yale edi aba ne se yempatem ha no enche ensu no asase se egugugugu na eba ne se ya ensu tene no ekwa dekọ nkronkro ni bi a ekeka ho agwakọ nọfo ha no nkronkro ahodo ni bi ana ewo mu a edoso pa yeyi ebi atemptafo okurantumi ade kwa akeka akọ nkro a ekeka ho na bi a ye kan sesi empempen ni ye atem osem enwasem ni ye kan sa enso yi timetene ekọ nkronkro ni bi a mebobobo yeyi de owo sa anafo ho nso ennim de ekomunti entimi mase bi a se afom ni bi kura ekọ na se o twamu wo ensuo a ono cross o betimi asabi dia kwafu makwakonom e maame se me ne wo kasai ade a ye hu eda so wo ho na dia ehu kwatie pa e bia de oha kase ana se ejahye ebeba na ebetimi ku omanfo e wo ho kura no se light pole bi enso si eye saa ba bia ensuo no efa no eye gata kase bia eda ho na gata no na light pole na si wona ase ni nyina agidi se enframa kakra efa wo bra ensuo to ya ase na esanse ebeye mrenti ebetimi abu ama eja atimi ahye omanfo a omo saa bia ye ho omanfo na kasa che na me de no so to aso no ye bridge bia esan ta ho a o cross na wo de ekọ eye osem kurum na saa bridge na no so asukufo nkwala no dodo na sanse omo mpese omo fa no kwan edekọ omusuku ahodo wo te se masalati zongo ho suku se wo saa mia ye zongo ho de aba kurum suku sa aka no ho no omo befa esanse o fa no kwan a ebe ye hu amanenti emofra yi besi nei saa amena no mu na omusia na omase atoa so e de ko omusuku na ahomete
na George die wo kan nyina mpanifo wo kuro no so
mpanifo wo ho pa
asambiri mai wo ho
na me to amasem so no abamu na musini a owo ho eye MC eye Chazako no kure ne yemo na baso ogbo no homoden pa se saa o how kese obesia no na so yenim sesika na eni mansin no mu o senso se mpanimfo na ate ne nka na bia o mayi o mani ama no entimi nkire enti ye besra ban se saa o how kese yi no eya homete omumu o say yeura do na sanen samrane eye oze ogbo no homoden na so na mo tuo yi no eya ache omanfo e wo ho num nyina di adanse sampa one ne mpanimfo atu anamo ba enso besi nei saa o how ida so e wo ho enso obetutoi ayehu ade ama omanfo a omo ho me ma me na menti masem ne taw wensu mfiri ho bia ya kan yi no omo ye new market bi so ewo saa bia ye kwa eye o how kase pa ene ya me ne wo kase omanfo ni bia fo mo ho ade nkire se ba sabato pa de a ene na bia ben se bia be ye give and take bia tene se wo ma mesika na me so makwa akoto ama wo esan se wo ba ban mu a dia me hwehwe no enye no na wo ba ba ye dia ma me enti se me pe me dwatere dia ene na kokoromuti no meton na me me dia omo ka no me hwe niam a koso eye efomantem ha na nka metimi aka se menu a eye adwen e wo saa dia no
George
se
ye fancy na ebedru baby saa na ebeye ebedru baby no bia beto ne kokoromuti dia jiska eni oba ya about 200 million 300 million ne aje sanse say ya to aba no a na wo mate akwada ye na se anope abusia ye se mche ni George Buta en wode ye call achim osiem eno ewo ebuakwa municipal na chese poye mantem wasem na meken adehye no wo mani abre wo mo bridge nye ejanan bia nso a wo mo kono nso asaya kodrum pempenso a sebi ejanan bia no nsuo no esone na aba begu wo mo nsupam ensuo a wo mo kosa ede ye aduane ede binom sone ya na aba begum ye meye hwe wo ho eniema bebre nkoyie ye CDC ebo ne homode nanso emfa sikeni ho ye besre ye mpese ye betese wo chena yade bi atie sikuro no so ene na weekọ wachena chi weekọ saa afi na saa bre ye benya mrahye bedwani ye benya DC ye benya assembly man ye benya nana wahere na wo munyine tutu ntuma akoma omanfo ne ye akọ ye mpene saa light pole no so a aseye no yesra mo hwara mo koye ho adwuma na light pole de aseye a ebubofo mo sisi a de asem nam mo koye ho adwuma mfa ma wo mo wai no omo so yo mamba pa wo omo so to aba ene de ma mo busia ye fancy ha na mensore na kire se health and lifestyle nso emeto so anopei mamentia eye feya sehne nana adai jamra nyame ya adoma memende enya asem ketwa ohema na yie no ye de hihye so den e wo feya se honomo na happy birthday enkoma nanaya ewo tech Kumasi he ya ye culture and a show a happy birthday nanaya nyame show no nya okese no ompagyaw ọmọ nkwatentia ahoden ewo mu midi edenana efia broni poppy ya mamu nyina mu ene hwe ye sorry am a health and lifestyle atwaso me that se bebre
Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV, and I'm so happy. Oyerepa TV. Oyerepa TV, the station that makes me feel so happy. Hey, Oyerepa TV,
ye dobrempon nyankropon twedi ampon aseja wo soro wodi ho nte wa henimra ne openye ho ewo asase so na dumti ene ati baabi nomini Patrice H Philly Espiritus Sante ewaja obane sonson kronkron edimo na ebra na ye nuanum edi foto no health and lifestyle na ye wo baabi aye join ne eboa amomodi ni kama ewum se menya enam nwedie na enso ni nyina emu no Ramadan no akoso ewie salamu alaykum rahmatullahi ta'ala wa barakatuh me di PSC ladi ye the health and lifestyle ebro anopai ye ni Hebrew ni no na ebedi enkomo Hebrew ni na so ye ho dodo onko ho ma ne hwe wo eni gi seme wo mu ne se wontimi hwe obaka kiro se me hwe na wo konso no hwe se odo ba ma specialist odo ba ma doctor paniampa sebi onfa wo ya de eni agro e wo ho enye baabi a womode wo hiasem ebo ha life no baby wo yare a wo kwa yade wo hiasem bo hey you rastaman hey you www no shalom alaikum
shalom peace oh why for too much
oh thank you
yeah rasta no I said Nazareth vow no
oh so yeah. So g for more that so yeah
yeah why Nazareth vow Numbers chapter 6
na mo no nsano
yes anko for no de you fan san kana o fan san kana so Samson was one of them. Paul was one of them. There are other people, so I'm really from the other way also.
Samuel obey nice drag.
Yes, Samuel too was a Rasta.
Ah, yes. Yeah, Rasta man throw once to Naya Bingi. And of course, my day. Now, the moon consa.
Oh,
but dear be a CB and Babada. Eh.
As now, where my friends are to me.
Oh, boy. Our Esro, there, the kind of public. Anyway, thank you. The aficionado. Primus inter Paris.
Okay.
Say bana say yencha scanner. No, be the sare. Any contender.
Yes.
For frame in chen ka say unim me ankasa me panyi ba ko frem say na obi kan asem o baby say e ba na scan na we good pa ena Hebrew ni dey na wo de mai
yes you who is afa na yesunya
o say say sa na ewiase wo say every say o baby krobi eto so ye move ye nyini no sa na wo say ya de sua obi ani ma wapem
ye chia etiefo nyina pese mo so madaroma na ma all the time no boy say ye besua de na yitumi aye ni padua no mo akwa no mo hwehwe mu yi se de be ya abre ni nyina so obi ba ya so ya ye betimi ahwe na yenkoye mfunso engine ne kra emfree ni nsem emmum the all the time adwuma na me ye no maso ye ho no pese de di kan mi nyame firi ho ani da ho ha me mama ni da ho pa ti de bia me wasemo a me twa stama na me twa scan gidigidi no that me di 2 metrim say de wodampa no so a me hwe no ni hu hia me bebre chen de omo a etia bontin ni nyina because sa wo ma wa adwen ko domo na egu abonten no so se me penentem na makohwe omo a obey mistake wo de woda ho no na ono so nko abetimi di ni mistake obey no obetimi asai wudi ama edomo anka wo se sabetena bontin twan wo omo ma bi
omo kura na edwane
ha basa wo to obo na wo hwe ni ye na obi che na okofie na ade che na wo ba adanse di ade wo hwe ni ye ni bekwakodi na besan twedom be bi de ade e de april sa na me de aisha sia from 2012 besi na stella me da ho ade medwuma inte to da heba no kra no beba no na obe pia bonten se bia okwo shum no tani pass lie biblia ye twen but still no me no ehunam se o ma me nya ntem na obi de bi edwuma na nipa ho edwuma eya abotre kon se de wa wositi se unim se mini abotre crank mintimi ni wonya show
ado koko hawo ewo me ho ana
ase ya na mo siesie o ho chen me na ha me
yo te hunara na de time so o time
yeah busy still ano pressure for no me pese omunya eni da so say edro na o mada so obi ada pressure dro so for 30 good years pressure drew for 30 good years. I say aya na ya wa dream say mrofo no omunya adro bi aya na before no mo de try sa na perception me e won kofo bi trim no abra pressure drew no yensa kan pie me de komia mabusuam first na me maame ni mpon owo me e ka ho e na me di adro no ma no say ma edu aya ye ho hwehwemu awie ni no mame say ma pieze maame no medo no 1 month no we jai pressure dro bia no ye tu pressure na say dia ma no kra into pressure no de enya de say obi o say men no mre predo do say pieze just 1 month pe obi de kra nduru 1 month na ye tu ni pressure say kra e dia ma no into say nipa no we chichiri ana say kumase haya kra na obetumi tu anamo na waba but de ye me de wo pressure no ho say we chiri kra ebetumi e dia ma no but say mi ba maso ya won so na me yakoma no ho hwehwemu ansa na me de duro no be ma wa pise ya na me pe no mo chen say mi hu oda na me di eduro no e ma if say wo ba sa hwehwemu ni nyina boa ma me tumi ke say oh de obi o wa wo hwe ha wa no de city a utumi ma na ya wa say we de wo no 1 week pe obi su do tumi ka say ma no 2 weeks but so far no obi no wa ba ne pressure duro no ya ka say the man for more than 1 month da because ade a nyoma ye dey no but one good thing say preservative bia eni pressure drone na ye dey mo nti no ye nye nsi ho nti nipa no ba wa ye radio na ya prepare na ade na ye dey ama no ehaba ni bibia wo but ye nye nsi ho because ye mpese ye dey bibia be fra e be kwakọ bra nyoma na ehaba na ye dey ye na dey ase nti say wo pressure na pressure di wo nya che Biblia mesel to anamona bra if we say pressure no say so na say wanya we so a it me lead you to stroke say the baya won ka dem won na enne ye boduro na ye hye won kran say eduro wo ho nti say won ba Hebrew ni aso ya men ka say o pressure duro de ma no enko pressure duro it me kopa ye wo yade bi wo ha ankofo agye ato mo ho so say ono de ne yade no de bi enya wo yade anu aduro na nya yentia obi o wa o se me de me yade ya ne pressure me yade ya ne diabetes me yade ya ne sisi yade me yade ya ne kotodwe there be me nti so obi se me yade ya ne dam boda there be but eno so ye yade o adwem ka eno so ye yade but yade bi o was like ye gitum efa se we de me yade enya wo yade wonya ho aduro ntia enti obi bia pressure any wudi akon say na me pesa wo kanu say pressure anasa hypertension ni me di akon men kasa me wa hypertension anasa me wa pressure obi hypertension ni wudi akon bia na me srew to anamona ba save lives health me wa Ashtown you are for junction so me a Hebrew ni into kwan a Israel for na Hebrew for efa so esanyare wa na sa kwan na so na onyame de me efa so esanyare wa e wa Ghana ha enti wa wo pay direction on Kumase Ashtown you are for junction no so pay ne wo ofi crew from na wo ba Dr. Mensa otra X5 na wonsa enifa so junction na edi kan na ho na ye wo ofi Dr. Mensa so na wo crew from a otra so man kwan hene junction na so junction edi kan wo wonsa benkum so sa junction na ye wo obetimi afre wo 0551 37 96 99 0551 37 96 99 and 0500 57 22 you know man on the good screen so no aside that member no because wa catch them enya wa dwen say yes we low sperm count intino we knew who bibia obeye so far we are still on 100% records say obia ni wa wabaye ho abeje low sperm count edura okọ ba ya obeka say debi edro na me no me ye no test am ye low sperm count bibia megina no oho na megina oyenya nipa ba akokra intimesraw so we low sperm counter emema no enfant na fie ema na nya wadwendwen efise ehu aduro mapa ewo ho no mo so because a low sperm count ehu aduro ni wa ehu aduro ewo ho pa intimesraw to anambo na bra Hebrew ni na so ye se wo ekirichiri a de edi kan edona no edinti no ya na ye mpesa wo be wo normal count ni ansa de eduro no asabe ma ntesa ebe do so abrusu bebre a emmo no ntumi nya active say de wo so omoye nti de edi kan low sperm count de se mi hu low sperm count test a enya de a wo ekiri kra me de drone ebe mano intimisraw se obedi nkan ye test na wo de asene me ma hwe level awo a ebe ye me de pa so obeba wetu na mo no aba maso ye nso na me nso metu na to me bo na ma ye san hwehwemu no e de ama ohunu the way isiti a eno so nka be ye me de pa if we say obi ho a the sperm count na e normal but semen no e infected intama oni active sperm bia e wo insuo ni mo intimisraw wada wo matu na mo na bra na ye we nkwam no mu hwehwemu ema wo yie pa na yenhunu nduru a yebetimi di ama wa ebeboa wo hwe usisi yade no enu nti ya na wadwen ya wo sesese wa ye mre wo mpem enye mre na wa ye o wa tension nyina agina usisi na ye wo ya no so enti most enipadodo na e wo sisi yade no bebre na enye nshada nye adwuma sa e wo mpem because of eya wo na o face nti no enti me challenge wo say bra Hebrew ni na so ye ho na wo ba Hebrew ni na so ye wa me wo ha ba dro ma pa me de ma wa waste pains no ye tu ase amana free ho kra e de ama enti me sra wo sisi na ye wo ya no hwe ye wo steps kakra wo ye ho ebi ba ebi kura poma ebi wi adefro enso achai 2 weeks obekobeba no na fe de ono aba pese bi be hurihuri wo ye ho yina o say it's like a yen energy because wo hwe chini a we chini sika ya gina ne ade a ya na obi wo kra wo ba no woni ani da so na adwen nyina ye ne say okay mate Hebrew ni nka be kwa akoso na ma
party Oyerepa from Promise Aba ubenya bi so ato elho from what to pay on 0595 582 628 0595 582 628 and 0558 724 302 0558 724 302. It was for my guest this morning, Sanam Kaino, MP from Insha South. The Mamu now come back and at the boy party so. We may do your OBT agenda. That is our agenda. Now, of course, and there is a lawyer and a member of parliament and anybody didn't come out pay. It's some not dorsal. And recently now the viral video do about thing. Mokai a year NDC report on the balance audit report now of the 2024 IRS no out the buyer no. The Auditor General and then PricewaterhouseCoopers and ISR auditing no. Now the MP was not too happy about the Deputy Finance Minister of Aberdeen Parliament raising concerns about it, arguing that reports no cry and farmer MPs in Adiade, but why were they doing that? I don't pay many didn't come on and a few other issues also within the constituency and also Parliament and the national as a whole. So Mr. Fonopedia, my guest. The member of parliament for Menchia Sub constituency, Honorable Nana J. Iwa Bafo, and Abafo Iwa, Nana J. Bafo Iwa, member of parliament for Menchia Sub constituency. Honorable Akwa.
Me do so Brumilia.
That is your Bokodi
Yankopoadom.
Constituency, what is it?
Yankopoadom constituency Boko. Yeye betumi bia se constituency no sebe mpanyisi edi jawa na edi asoa
right
entiri enso betumi aye akro ama constituency no akona nyimbia no yebeye sese wohwe CPC kwana na link CPC to downtown no the da X5 echiro no contractor ni free kwana so MC ntio muka say media chira nyame adom ya chira muka mane contractor na saba kwan so and the old Diamond Hotel and also contractor na ba kwan so we no nyina ya nanka enye MP adwuma na mum sebe wade hie nti omo asem ehiawo nti wo se wudi akire making sure say bibia no ekose ne sese de ekono na sese no o se o chichire maya ana se ye do to bibia no a na wo hwe kwan se bi ti ope different ideas e betumi aboa
right
time na nado dankwa ne Dr. Mahmudu ba omia wo ho no obekaya obudi the year of return by
true
nti udun kran na nkabronya bra ubehu no na ye the year of no more ye 30 December ne niema bibre ni nyina na bi makumase so na so sa niema ni nyina wo insunsanso a inya ewo sikasemu ewo region mu
right
enti omo ana omo ba that year of return 30 December was a black Americans abroad free no maba be good system ni mu na Mexico by economy ni mu omo wo dan no mo fe mo de bi renting for Airbnb me dwene hu di I was a PPB e wo kumase fi se eyade bi ayeya eno nso benya nsunsanso ewu sikasemu ewo regime mu pa hwe kwa Easter obo shaase na ye Easter convention en sorry ni you originally na ye Easter convention nti afere so ananka kwa ofu ni nyina akọ no mo kokọ sorry enom ni ade afede ebedane ye kokọ Easter
zere Easter bia manfoso
Easter bia manfoso mu kokọ enti se yenso ya anwene anyi bibia afede ubehu se the tourism no na we are not benefiting as much as we should right but uba Ghana memu ha asantema so ye waba kwasem pa ufa sabi efa ahini esem efa ahini culture no ni ade a sabi ne headquarters na himfie ene Manhyia South
right
ufa political history so a na himfie ne Manhyia South.
That's true.
Ufa UP politics CPP mateme ho ni nyina ne Manhyia South.
Right.
Inti ya dwendwen yesi dabi si nyankopon akyɛ rich culture say rich political history was yesu fa kwan bi so na anya hwe kura no nkrofo kokwu ekudi easter no musania kwens na be kombuto omedi no Manhyia South mai
kwe omo kokwu kura bi ombeba Manhyia South
se do ne ye hwehwe ni mum se wo no se anigye no penem no so na abekɔ de a oba ensesa na aka ubutu fa bra bi wo Manhyia South eno ni adwene ho ani ye ne famra o she bibia sia I was so pe bibia ni panim
right
now originally no your long term goal is to have Manhyia South Easter Festival.
Manhyia South Easter Festival. Okay.
Ye de nneema bebre be gu akwam including even trade fair.
Okay.
Ye be ye no Manhyia South.
That's fine.
But afi we dey ya adwen say ye the Soloku Festival no di kan. Soloku Festival na ye di kan no. Enye Soloku nko na ye betwie. A health walk. Na isan say yemfa ye Soloku se mu ni agro nti no. Ye di Soloku na ka ho. Na ye sha se afridi chem so.
Okay.
The Grecian College Buchis hono. Ni tu anamoa friwa na ye di aba be pie Abes Park. Idru Abes Park e ho ni ye be bo adem. Hono ye be ye Soloku dance competition.
Soloku dance competition
ti asafofo oba bantamafo oba Fantini utanfo oba asokafo oba na obia be kire ne bobre e wo Soloku mu.
Okay.
Na iwia ozenkran omuwade bi omofre na anwamu festival nipa omuye no ye no omu kasa.
Okay.
Ntomo so de anwamu no so beba.
Me piebo. Me agesa me piebo.
So na afi so ye be ye cooking competition
as well.
Cooking competition nuane bi e wa santemam ha ene nipa ni bi re ye afi. Ye be ye hu competition de obedi kan no ne amomu nyina award.
Oh, okay.
Enti unimaduane bi e fa no pewa. Unimaduane kra bi
oh be pewa sa kwese we no. Mankin bi ni yapoto no.
Pewa ye no ane te sa anwamu.
Ebura ye no ane te sa anwamu.
Ebura ye no ane te sa anwamu. Ene ye fra de pewa.
I see.
Omu ye twitwa je ni gusto te se anwamu.
I see.
So mpoto ampoti ogono nuane bia ye refi ye pese ye kenyam na ye nuanom ye wo faase nom ye yerenom omususua na ye remfi ye niema ye nchi ye di agura eniema bebre be yira
asemo
enti eno no nyame ya adom Nestle Ghana se ofa sa program sa cooking competition no ti Nestle eye Maggie for omuna air sponsor.
Okay.
Ti do be win ombema na awards. Ena a friend is saying you are tag of force ho. A friend is saying so spa for ho omo table tennis. There are a lot of activities.
It's a launch na e ka ho asem. This is the launch of it.
So this is the initial program on the 6th of April.
So 6th no. But Tuesday,
launch no ye nyameboa Tuesday.
And what's going to happen?
You know, according to ye be press briefing. Now fi aye balloting for the cooking competition.
Okay.
Inti ye sha say there. The runa an contem se ne se kono am ya antwe dom free baby bebre. Inti be yusu 6 electoral areas na e wo menhia no.
Okay.
emuma enebeye enti ebe ballot wa momo 2 electoral area bi abenu aduane ba ko ne de atrusu ba ko
okay
ntina 3 no akọ final ewumu se sese no me MP na MP nso a wo MP mu bia
that's true
enti eye community no na ye enye emfa ho so ye MPP ni fa ho so ye NDC ni ye nyina ye ka bom ye didwumasui na eso mfa so aba ma obi bia wo ye temamu ni eni obi bia mpo a onye temamu ni opeso beton na de opeso be ye bibi wo ho nti ebe wo stand for aduane nti sa anwamo na ye no so mpena bi di wa cha beton wa cha wo
akotobi edi
bako akotobi edi na chese eno so di sika eba
the found say we MPP no so ye NDC what to me share start on kwa in fact and its environs bantama for asawase for
asawase
bia wow bia
so was santimo wa be out me ba I see
and
na wo akwantu mu so no afifia bra
Easter
ba be share obi a wo
so the program itself will be on the 6th of April that is the Easter Monday
tie sha 7:00 from Dichemso health walk na the carnival ka ho na ya twia the ababisi Abyss Park.
It's that'll be next 2 weeks
man.
Next 2 weeks Monday it's already from the MP for Menchia South moi pese Easter monkoko wona mbedi na hadia Easter Monday no Menchia South is the place to go e hona so na fe wona ye MP ni Menchia South fo yina akwakodi enkomo it's one of ye dey miss one let me talk about the registration because still within Menchia South ya mo say before mo ye some mobilization drive be membership drive na the ekose o
nyamiadom ekoyi pa nipa de bibri chro bodi ye mo ho dawru enti ekoyi
because I mean if you look at data and your very own friend Musa Dankwa was just a party affiliation within the party affiliation MP people COFOM is declining.
So Musa Dankwa data na aba.
So what was the data making?
Pacho Musa Dankwa data na aba. Is different from registration aye.
Okay.
Intinya registration ni data no. No so wakoye opinion polls. And opinion polls no kire say party affiliation with MPP Airbaform right. Musa Dankwa polls mean discount no.
Okay.
But you hu say as much as say we mre bi a wanya no right no e bre bi so ho a wanya no wrong.
Okay.
Enti research no waye. Me gitum say ye be fa no yetu hu anamo na ye de aboye mbra. Na nyame aye adom ene ma akonanim onu anso research no kan say ebre bi atwamu na NDC so affiliation wo form meboa ebre ben no in spite of that NDC to be winning elections and he may not necessarily be a driver or have an impact on your election prospects.
The fact is party affiliation COFOM no would not have an impact on your election prospects.
May not because on one can say maybe a chamune NDC so be a day ever form and NDC the never form nenso omutum be the nkunim so that should tell you say it may not necessarily have an impact on your election prospects.
But okay, just say the NPP is not more attractive, kaka. Because if people cannot openly associate with the NPP, what do you mean that the party is not attractive?
A brebi on waji to say na NDC so the ever form, maybe below 50%. NDC so the brebi meboa. It is a wote semi usika no jumadia. Nature say a brebi NDC so attractive.
Okay.
Then so NDC to be winning elections. Inti eno chere say ye wadwuma ye as a party. Nemum no enye sesebe enema ntumi nane to the point where ye ntumi me winning elections. So what I say, the year family openi enye bread dikania party bi afemu. Yem party no enye ebre kuri dikania your party na fasa na yema we mu. Look, after the 1992 elections, okay, the entire Great Alliance. It maybe there were discussions to say, young party no, me and contested presidential ambu, young contested just parliamentary. Na your numbers no, your numbers na actually ya contested presidential. It may be there were even discussions say baby a CPP be contested crano and my young party no so day and contested. Do you think any of our numbers no at our time no and I would have had all these discussions? So what I say? And no chira will say, Sebe, party biaro, uba form kakra, no a pija, uba form, no a pija. So, she, ye Great Alliance, 1996. Ye kweli lusu ye. And ye nya very very insignificant number of seats or parliament.
No parliament, yeah, at the time.
At the time, that was 1997. Yeah. Sabre na ushe number ye de wo parliamenta. Nanko bi nka nkyere wo da say MPP betumi awene the next elections. It was far-fetched. It was impossible. I mean, over 50-something seats or parliament. The ruling government, almost twice your seats.
About 200 at the time, so numbers.
Almost twice the number. In today, you be say, in your day, I be to me about power. But by 2000, na Ghana for who say, Ushe Edom Kumano, Omahu Keka, Omunim die, Edo Omahu Fama. Yeah, the Ghana show Munsa to me a boo. And the ma 2000 elections, Nyameye Yaduma secured a massive victory. And yet the bar power. So what I say. Inti near pose no cano. It is not consistent with history.
Okay.
O far back was more. And support to history and support to pose no. And Chira will say Sabe a big impact on our electoral prospects.
See.
Anya Shekrano and this is Ubribi no Mahu de or from attractive. But Omutimi Babi Din Kunim.
So obviously you're not discouraged by me.
Oh, there be.
You're not discouraged.
There be Sabisha Abako Semwa. A chemi baby for fraud. A chemi say pose on a year dear, a year foot to my you be too young fan too, young phone, young fan to say any but Abako Sem Maminya GDA say all is not lost.
All is not lost.
Yes.
To be able to match Simon BP about back to power. And that my 2028. Very possible.
Irajo Mahama lose by 44%.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, 2016. 2020, he almost won. 2020, he almost won.
After 4 years interval.
After 4 years interval. Abako Sembechira will say, Aban Bia Oko for re-election Bia almost lost elections in this country.
Okay.
In 2004, President Kufuor, in 2004, Professor Mills, na Sebi, Ubia himself Kokosa election Bianca Enkoye. Yes. Mekai NDC4, no Musuru Gujem. They were contemplating changing him. Okay. There were those reports of such contemplation. So what I say, and the veracity of it may not be far-fetched because we all knew that. Na unyine So what I say, and so Ekoba say, Nyankopon told in Safre no Irajo Mahama Baye. He had a controversial win.
Very controversial.
Very controversial win.
For the first time, the election petition was a
That's right. No, there had been an election petition in 2004 by Rojo Nunu Metal, but Oman Chemanso now.
Oh, I see.
So that was the first elections petition.
Rojo
the court.
Wow.
But Oman Chemanso now.
Unlike the one we saw in 2012.
2012.
Okay.
So now, 2012, it was a very controversial win. The elections was conducted on 2 separate days. Right? A test run of it was the district assembly elections. And also we in 2 days. That was a test run of the 2012 elections.
See.
What you say? Inti ni nyina chino Irajo Mahama utumi sa have winning power bio. Oh dey make sure no. Inti Yura Musa dankwa pose no. The question ye nyina si bi se won say what is the potential impact of the polls on our election prospects? Abakosembe chere wo say serious who be free more any prospects be abakosembe chere wo sa. Now even 2028 elections is a very unique elections.
Because when I come here, say NDC is not going to seek for a re-election with John Mahama. A new candidate, the dynamics in a bit different from the history the other came.
Good. So it's going to be Obroni Beka say is sui generis. It's unique in its own sense. But no crown abakwasem chiri bibi. Abakwasem chiri will say candidate will feature no many times, he's likely to win that.
Okay.
Abakwasem chiri.
Okay.
Into Dr. Baumia Wakobako. Into Ose Kubio. Say abakwasem ye jumadia. Not just say obetumi ayede. I win it.
History is on the side of Baumia.
History is on the side of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. History is on the side of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. Abakwasem chire will say obia ni ho our contest first time our winning.
Okay.
With the exception of Irajo Mahama, but no crowd where sitting president. He are taking over from Professor Mills. Even on that front, history is on the side of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. For the year 2028, history is really on the side of Dr. Mahmoud Baumia. If you also take the sociology of it, what you discover, let's say, it do brevia, most a Ghana man move teddy.
Okay.
So what I say, social environment, See, do baby, na say a near man don't sit well with the Ghanaian, a farmer mua, almost at a man teddy. A mirabia in chair, a bribia, an anuya. Ni be President Mama, or Bacote tem, or an UTV,
or the Brewinty. Even the party was not in support of it. Mekai say 50-50.
Even though the party was not in support.
Or describe Mamas as sycophants and a hypocrite.
Even though the party was not in support. Even though the party was not in support. There are others who were outside of the party who were pushing that agenda.
Okay.
You are the likes of A+, Kwame A+, making those comments.
Okay.
You had some of the party members who may not have been in a senior party position to say, Honorable Swagger,
Edwasari.
They were all making those calls.
Okay.
But and they wouldn't TBO. Actually, I will say that position is becoming unpopular. I don't know that position is becoming unpopular. Asophobic can be. But and they would TBO. And they wouldn't TBO. Why is that position becoming unpopular?
Why is that?
Because nipa PRO free nipa so. You see, we have what we call the actual perception of a government and the real perception of a government. The actual perception is the make-believe.
Okay.
Then nipa the virtual perception of a government and the actual perception of the government. The virtual perception di nipa bi ama nipa GDA nipa nsem kan PR stunts no me ade and the actual perception the insunsuanso a amamu no enya wo so inti wo no even though obi betena TV so e be a media person to say be a wo obetena TV so about President Mahama Abaso but me ba for be a me botom no me mfili that is the actual perception so what I say enti ube wu say edo na ma ye koto aba de bia no na your presidents they come close to losing their second term bid. Because the first term, you dikia dia sheni pe bitrimu say the first year na your honeymoon, you criticize no. You criticize no. Inti you pe bia no ye. Amemu no so 4 years. With the 1 year, e shishawa ban. Na ka 3 years. Inti ubu se first year, esan say ya anka wasem ya mo chemsunti no. Na niema started twapping. Fisi openyi o foundation no enya o foundation nya de obesi asisu bia no enye foundation nyintia so what I say foundation ene de foundation ene wa appointees e pa what I say si se be pese mi chikusua this be bokusua ansa right se be bokusua se me pese mi chikusua na bi fufuro kogu chance na sa meet me achikusu never went to chikusu enti wose will be booming but the quality of your appointees quality no of one openyi mi bi no abeyebe and you also the quality of Mahama's appointment me cancer me ma analysis keke omiti oji ebia na me ye analysis keke say nipa bi say ye Ghana for ye say openyi o man panyi ba the first year and criticize no true but you fear who say first year no build the foundation it is a one can asem na say enya the obesi asisu bia no enya papa na foundation eno ne de eno ne appointees no ti say we see okofa appointee bia ba wa vet ye can asem I an MPP for president the Nkrofo aba vet na mo kan munye din mo ho aye hi mo kra de ni kwanse nka mo ka bie ni kwanse nka mo ka bi kra ese munye din so atase na ye din mamo na nipa ne ba ka u se nipa no o ma ye adwuma ma yenko a o ye adwuma ma Ghana man enei enna obi be ka kire o se o start initiative 24-hour emergency services. Hospital Ben run 24-hour emergency services for Ghana. Every hospital does that. Every hospital does that. It is Minister for Finance, Minister for Health. No Minister for Health. No, but catcher will say, or she initiative where hospitals are running 24-hour emergency service. Right there. We say Minister for Health no crano Ghana health system no crano when you're there until say so I mean but some to say because I mean Jack Kando I make his point no quite recently who is what make his point so are you saying is until the military 24-hour emergency service and of course I mean we know it's it is a minister by culture will say or share 24-hour emergency services as a ukrumo afi no be shasia de natural either say udintro and I say unim de woye dey oka we ye panyi mean to me nkaso udintro okay mean to me into me free man okra masa na unim de woye dey oka nti no on ministry no handle but yeah vet no na mo ye na musie na Ghana for MPP for mo ha adwen ono abo afanyo markings will be some questions tin do so what I say right na fe mo bu afu I didn't never pesa because Wofo say honeymoon bi. Amemo de honeymoon ni mu.
The honorable Mr. Direct question because now say your penny bar parliament. Every castle and wasem. And some people think that is okay. A virtual perception and reality, two different things. It's the amount for can amount for fill your bottom, two different. So for you not about would debate I saw you also debating on the floor. No, we say a koyana, and as against no kind any reality no. All night was say well.
Man Penny can say we create 1 million jobs within 1 year.
Right.
Subsequently, facts about out say the man Penny can any reality no ebo
that's true.
And yes, I
get as a for guessing that's true.
Good. Until the man Penny be can a reality or virtual perception. Virtual perception.
But not Ghana as is for Canada. It's always about 300,000 a job creation.
Into in
1 million there now. Was wrong. Yeah, was wrong on that. We can boldly say that the Oman got it wrong.
Good.
Yes.
Good. Enye no kwa niema bibiri wo ho a Oman Penny got it wrong. Mame ma ba ko.
Okay.
Oman Penny ba parliament no be kan say o de mrabi ba. Emra no de ba ne fi ne kro ebeboa masa ye pese ye ton Ghana ejapade bia. Ebema imu be ye fine meboa. Ansa na mra na ebeba no. Now Dama mines, they map back to the state. I bet you o mine no ejapade.
True.
And the Dama mines, o man penny for sa brade mayu, but Dama mines ye beton.
You see process na shall say that.
Good.
Yes.
It did make a choice say. Questioning in say. Sabi o man penny chain ama ponko na ejane ansa na ponko dan what one na. Don't forget someone penny buy, or place ban on the sale of state land, for instance.
That's true. That's true.
Because of more opposition, lack of transparency and accountability in the sale of state land and state assets. Okay, timer, Debbie, Miami Penny Dr. Brian, a champion.
Okay, champion over to State Hotel. So,
what's in someone and easy for Kafa? Into process a chassis and just a process in the into the idea would you pass a position ye so queer faso tone or minor ejapadiano in Chaye into the ban at two state land so now with the Mrebi Beba Parliament ama yet the peripere yo abemu and find your abemua. And Cowper catches yen chain bibia copy says Ambrano Bede, ye be passes Ambrano.
Okay.
Swat I say.
Okay.
Now one chain Amian passes Ambrano. And they ye be told Dama mines a man unia. Swat I say. And the state lands, Bana also the tools, so one left it. Is it a question of say, or transactions be our person we and so now with them run about parliament and is here a question say who see a told Dama mines ma wuni and so now the run about parliament and they wouldn't say last year budget no yo when I must say MPP for yen taxes are the buy and they are which abedi pass
even before you go on that because Dama meba okay
meba what be introduce 3% tax on mines.
Okay.
Or musika or munyano.
Yeah, was in the budget, yes.
Just when we said Dama mine sale no ebe kosono. Maba parliament abeka chere and say 3% taxes na at that mining companies no sono. What be reduced na by 1%.
Oh really?
Yes.
This one is as
last week as the last 2 weeks. Last 2 weeks Friday.
83%.
Because I will reduce number 1%.
And your suspicion is?
Minya. Sebi. Dear Bureau Pesabenka.
So all Toman in Yanti and we reduce number 1%.
Omwazuma mines.
Yeah, Omwazuma mines. Yeah.
And they almost say Yadama mines.
Yeah.
So what I say. Bauxite no so omuguso ye ho adwuma.
Right.
Is it the reason why I this will free 3% number 1% no one? Oh, so media a question na me den bisa question na me misa question is some ye lawyer ni me bisa question is some ye timamu ni
member of parliament as well. They have the right to ask the questions.
Sometimes you didn't come say ya only me didn't come some ye lawyer ni,
Right.
but you forget say me mpesua so you be an lawyer ni o ho.
Okay.
It is a mikojina Santos Park with CPC na me nuanom a oboton paboa no wo ho ne ye bon komo na omu kan sem se ya cuz oma panyi enam se wo nua to mines nti and the tax no so what so from 3% to 1% no ana se me na mi bisa be cuz lawyer, you are a lawyer, you should know better me boa but nipa na owo form no say na ono ye dey ehu niema me to me dismiss no. They make out myself. Yes, sad niema we in building up speculations of corruption and negative effect of cronyism, family and friends in our political space. So what I say. In Tibanesa, me lawyer need to be a metiase. But nipa na sabi me mama no ton niema wo Subin Valley no. Ebi on tiase. Then say now what is so 3%? It's as a moment to mines inti. Na day na do so levy now the buy no. And they are full of work also only 1% in free so near so your he ha ye. Tinacha sa memu no akoye anuanom ne asikafo agro. They make out
no tell bit what say ba.
Inti the American say
the Damai one, in fact, the information that we know, and correct me if I am wrong, because Dr. John McCann say Damai no na EMP4 already, na on my mind that at my go fields. It is if go fields a gym na come back to the state, it is only proper and fair. So on my mind what that get more.
So in the mining industry, no?
Right.
You were mines near with ya, and you were service providers.
Okay.
To be what funnel, say all provided service amount. And on my own yet the mining company. Two different things.
It's not service we no provide all.
You may be providing related services. Into beer we hear tracks be.
Okay.
No one lease yamano.
Okay.
So what I say, if you hear consultants be now what provide yama warmo, but it doesn't make you a miner. That is the first point. The second point in it say, the fact said now woman services no, and say a qua
okay.
In a manner which are obie nim sebe kwa mo fa so mudiano. So what I say, if be anki be mu magana for fufuro bi nso eni ni pekuru fufuro bi enso ba mu bia e bi ankoman no benya sika esombo efrimu na mamemfa we ntuja. I am all for Ghanaians operating Ghanaian businesses.
Okay.
Operating businesses in Ghana. I am all for it.
Okay.
In fact, I am one of those who think that all our mining companies Kenya and Kenya Ghana
for the
Maminchu di intia. Openi se bruni ana hoho ebe minia. Hoho minia. The first one nyina wo de call
butchery because probe
sanity. Bibini minia emfaso no Ghana ni minia eba kuro.
Ka here.
Etoso bio. Ubewu se wo royalties na ewo mu no. Obefa kwan bi so. So what you say? Na sika sese wunya. Mamo example bia royalties no. Ubewu se ode niam bi ahyehyehyehyehye mu. It be a scar wo no e wo se wunya no na wa anye den wanya. Se wunya Ghana ni kura ye sa na sika na ama ban no ho a. Right? Anya hwe kura no. Sika wo kuruma sei. Na juma for e dey e okroma enti mfaso ni nyina okroma enti media be support Ghana ni say obe only mines. I am all for it. I think say we should find a way to formalize, for instance, the people in the illegal mining industry. and find a way to assist them to do so by mining responsibly.
No mining your home for
Good. I am of the view, say, see to me, sir, another avenue to reactivate our economy. Send a be creating more jobs.
Okay.
Right?
Right.
Name no me jiti se o manager padie de se o pese wo ton a. Edi kan. Se me nua ye man panyin. Na me pese me ton me pese me ton manager padie a. Esan se me nua na ye man panyin nti nipa nyire susu se bibi ye den ekoso. Enti se me pese me ye mpa wo se ye no kwan a e de prepare yo transparency, accountability, because it would be very dangerous for people to think, say, I could only own a particular mine at the time when my brother became president. Well, yes, sir. The Ebane say, Nipanedrin say, okay, let's work hard to get to the top. That is the presidency, and use our power to acquire state assets.
We see process in the chassis 2023. That's what the document says. Say, in 2023, John your president.
The process couldn't have started in 2023. Okay. You know why?
Me too.
Goldfields for the cancer, they were going to relinquish the mines to the Republic of Ghana in April 2025.
Yes.
Now, until they relinquish the mines to the Republic of Ghana, the Republic of Ghana is not in a position to sell it.
It's an expression of interest for her.
Now,
it is because of OJ. Then you can express interest to OJ.
Who express interest to who? Who express interest to who?
To Ghana Bank. Say, in case I say go face for J1, I'm here. Consider me. Me too.
Phony. Right. Into bit me at 2 money. Isa say eya wo de ade ntiro metumi ahia wo bisa wo say me nua paka funi wo ton a beton ne sen meboa ana say se wo pu bi ato ama na ahwe makwan
good
beton meboa na se funu enya wo de a ofu se be nyansa sem se meka cho se pa Kwesi funu o pese wo ton ato ma me ade enya wo de abede wa to
bisa nya me de ade mi ti bi ton ma
sadly it's the same principle. It's the same principle. They just want to find a way to say, and come on, only MPP for the year. But only MPP for the year, so I brother in your Ghana for the year. It's MPP for no moon tone and your day, a man ye. That position cannot be true.
I see. It was for. I don't pay many the member of parliament for Nisha South and AD and Como. Very, very interesting conversation this morning. You can't say to understand and normal also in the last few weeks, the last few months, especially one topical issue about Ibrahim Mahama seeking to acquire mines, because we are told they say that even the Goldfields can only papa. Mati said the proper handing over ABC somewhere on the 18th of April and a proper handing over the ABC. So even as we speak, and they are minded there. So AB is making the point that they know the idea. Oh, they are at all. And raising critical questions about possible issues of corruption activity, because so when you had a president, I said Tom Bimawa, also your transparency. I think at 3% and I don't mind for the channel. Yeah, they're about 1%. And I told him I don't know about that, but he has raised the point, you know, and he's just raising very critical concerns as far as Ghana government in it here. But let me present one last question on this Damine thing. Yenyan Tonye, Yenyan handing over. Already there are processes EMP for no and Sabeka. From what you have said, can one therefore conclude? So can we suggest a bit like on children flew, Senator Ya, you know, for the one and made it for a man.
Editor, or children flew, if you say, and yet. Nemuno, Yama nipa bibri and bed bits, yem nama for bibemba big. Exactly. Okay. At that point, if you say, and yet, Nemuno, Yama nipa bibri and bed bits, yem nama for bibemba big. Exactly. Okay. At that point, there will be a fair devaluation of the mines. Now you who the true value of the mines.
Right.
So then quiet said the Ghana na ye short change because o man penny per se o man penny nuya any mines no. So what I say.
TMB. Okay, I mean the minister is your friend of parliament, you know. Me sure so on the LEDs are process where you know. Amabua.
Oh. Na eno na me patroti. Your democracy way.
Right.
Say answer ya certain reforms are. Ye hu e beto aso sa. Minister. O man penina appointed no.
That's true.
Kuma ni padodo say the benya kokodro si ayo wo minister yenyi wo mo anombe resign oba kuma wo hu bi da eno kire wo say minister bia person protect na konya.
Okay,
enti o man panyin nua e person oto ade a e bia minister on pene o but sense wo yo man panyin nua enti obagiato oh eno nti na me madwen ye me say one of the key reforms I see pushing in respect of our democracy, ensuring some degree of direct accountability by the president.
Okay.
Oh, I was set to the beer. Yen Rashidja Bejafono. Yenya Quenya say president. But I didn't miss on the floor of parliament. It should be possible. Let me tell you.
It happens elsewhere, I know.
It happens in England.
Yeah.
From say a prime ministerial system. Yeah. But the BN we see quite say you incorporate in our constitution. We can. Fano baby says South Africa. They practice the executive system of government.
Right.
Yet when the president presents the State of the Nation's address, now you debate here. You're not president
at all.
And you debate. So where there is some degree of accountability, bibi o man panyi bian odwene mu mienu fi so onim se ni pepi sanensem amana yi ano we dey say debate State of the Nation's address and not president onam so person otie and otie me so se kra so onye dey ontie
mount me so beti
so Mr. Ghana for we enye ni amo hosem ye hwekwa democracy no betumi deliver the expectations of the people. Your system now you're running is say it appears not to be delivering the expectation of the people. The system seems to be delivering a cycle of disappointment. It is over the year 2000. Time of President Kufuor when election yibushiri ema yeji yani. But time oko 2008 no na nipa bi enyamena sepo.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, of course.
2016 bra yeto abetia President Mahama nipa bi si abonten ekura praye epra na chi eto nyom. But by 2024 we thought that he was the saint.
That's true. That's very true.
So that should tell you say our system has been delivering a cycle of disappointments to the electorate. The question is, how long will the electorate remain just disappointed? How long? It may come to a point where the electorate may not merely be disappointed. The electorate perhaps may decide to stay away forever from the ballot.
Uncle Tobado
Kra. It was said we must take certain steps to reform the system and make it more accountable.
When I hear lawyer, did they beat me a year in terms of proper accountability and force of Manpenny say, I don't know how you put it, but they be the day with the president, it's about parliament.
President Kufuor Tesade ase. It was having the People's Assembly on the 7th of January of every year. On Makwan for all Ghanaians from all walks of life. Your person will catch it on country. I believe, sir, Omani Pehu se president Dieno, Sabi, and Tissayan and Anua Himfo. I assume Omum the Sum Yen. See, yes, Santia Sianua, you bet treaty a mampany, Miss Ramo, Ebony and Idiemu, say him for. But who shall Maya, Ghana Mai, si yɛte petrol bo so a yɛnya problem petrol bo kɔsoro so a yɛnya problem se koko bo ba fam a yɛnya problem gold bo ba fam a yɛnya problem o my way yɛde hyɛ wo nsa se bu a na nyɛ fanfɛ na wo se obobo onsa watade no na oyɛ adwuma na manufo no yɛwo no yɛte aseɛ so na yɛde yɛ mpa bopa etawochi na wo pase sika na wo pay taxes no ne ade a yɛte aseɛ ne yɛma obi so atase na ɛno no ebetumi ayɛ adwuma he said there is some degree of direct accountability by the president inti president nneɛma bi a wɔyɛ no either sɛ mmarahyɛ bedwa fie obeba ni bisa no questions instead of questions the ministers no
or because the president is doing it by or engaging media and media and the bar on bisa no questions 1 and 2 then I do a be doing this term a Jomama buyer somewhere last year was had been on ya okay it's being done but it's being done in a form of a media engagement
so ufa
is that not enough
to ufa maybe to say the executive system of government here around in Fana himfie America.
Right.
America, there's constant briefing.
Okay.
There's constant briefing. Na di nti America emrahye bedwa fie mu ne se. Abreba akwa yenya akwanya tie obapanyina no asem a state of the nation's address. Na di nti na obe state of the nation's address na wo debate na dipa na obeka asem no oni ho.
Okay.
Nipa na obeka asem no wo de abetudwa na chi na wo debate asem no
the debate ka contra hob no take
debate no
okay
before say it's a key reform that we should pursue because what we tie debate no a obehu say e bia 1 million jobs na ya ka kire ne say e bia ne minister bi ka kire ne say ya kwa create no obehu say e bia minister no edada no international so man panyi minister mo agye anim guaso ti sa minister no be na atena wo obepam no so upam sa minister na that on its own is going to result in a different degree of accountability by the people under you.
Okay.
So I say knowing say so ma o man panyi briefing na say wronga o man panyi be pam no e de adware ne kra apepa nanim guase wo Ghana fo anim. So we require a certain degree of direct accountability, right?
From the president. So two things. One, I saw about Parliament now, or budget questions time, no year, no mamo.
And I'm saying it's one of the things. One of them. It's one of the things we can think of to say England Prime Minister's question time. Otherwise, the only time we get the opportunity to listen to him, apart from his inaugural address, is the State of the Nation's address, where he gives an account of the state to the members of Parliament. In he debate here, in also what debate no. So a bemana who say ibia the catcher no bi owa enye no kra. Ebi o kra na briefing bia wenya sa de bi tumpo bi kra na ntumpo. So but sankoye sa the president is completely detached. It I say na powerful no ana o bibia no eba wo ho.
See.
So what I said. Yes sir na o man panyin no ekoboni a uhu kwaya say pa day say.
I mean, the Constitutional Review Committee for Omo, but I don't know whether I don't pay a age Kwesi Prempen in the team would want to factor some of these things and then write a proposal to the president as part of the reform because you have a teacher of mine. In Jamaica, you teacher no. According to Honorable, we need direct accountability from the president. And one of the things that they say, one, they get debating on the Sunana, or so transnational TB. And then two, probably, if possible, or Mampini find a day, brought Parliament, all the questions MPs want omontoman where now do no only no it be like a damindi sanka otimiba parliament that critical questions to be asked then honorable other colleagues on parliament and they can ask him and he will provide answers to that. You know, I mean, this is quite an interesting reformer going for, as I said, maybe we should consider that. I'll be wrapping up in just a few minutes. I'll pay now. I mean, bisa wait. We will be covered. This is a conversation about man for Kamwasem. And you know, earlier I was talking about MPP money attractive and the party affiliation echo form. Linking to that, ASR audit report that became one semi, was some will say, we share reporting about it, and I'm sure you're very upset about it. And what parliament here the other day, I'm for because say, because the NPP, their perception say, more bemono, we are dream, and unti and I say, Mohodo a free amount for mono. So why were you defending your Rebecca say, maybe corrupt activity from doing the NPP?
I wasn't defending any corrupt activity. I'm say a Torebia, a Semtro for and Yaman Muni actually get you. Audit report thereby, now your audit report of Arias, yes. Arias, many day. Abai Biano, Oba Mufofro, na binder de Biqua. Nipa Bibaba Wabeka Chere say, Abai de Meka, that's true. Na Sebi. Enye ekanyina na nipa beka kire wo se abande no a ujitu wo into we ohwehwe mu na wa confirm into confirmation of the audit no eno na your friend the audit report of the Arias
in 2024
audit confirmation na eno abakosem kakra wo ho de man ko ba se abaye wo so ibeye no ene se oba parliament beka kire yen se Kabia MPP edija Ghana mai of a certain amount.
Okay.
And you catch and say there be and you kabia no be ba ojitu.
Okay.
Sa na miribi echemu mo yes ama agbesimu yumi ebeji iska free Ghana for. Inti go and do an audit. And no omode koye audit no e de buy in accordance with Article 187 of the Constitution. Na omkoye buy no nanka de nyina ye hwehwe ne se audit report na nkasa enanka papa no e de beba fie ho nanka ye nyina no ye nya copy ne debate which is what the Constitution requires.
Okay.
The Constitution requires says we are audit no what the bebre Ghana for what the bebre parliamentarians not parliament for ababemu because Auditor General's report, it belongs to Parliament.
So Parliament Account Committee will have to look into it.
Now, rather than Papana the Auditor General's report in Bebano, and no the ABA statement, into report no, wakushimo to be. And now what they why in the statement, and now what they be catch Ghana for. Nanka. Onu instance be debate auditor general report
as a whole no
na ya could debate the statement no so enti unse shase no na nkrofo start and na dia koso no nye na we so trying to poison the minds of Ghanaians against the MPP but what the auditor adwuma asia ube unse minua deputy finance boy minua pa be yonko pa no na ye work tech no on an ASRC president.
Okay.
It's been no why uncle papa. Na on Auditor General's report no auditor be stating opinion. We are nipa na audit no other institution no ni ya no so
responses here now.
Into response no be report no into sha obekire wodientie bia auditor de all cano enye no kre.
Okay.
So what I say it is ohwemu a e bia response na wo de ma on etasu mu it whereas the auditor general may say nipa no abokro no bia sididu no the response wo de ama no ebekire wo say e bia sididu bia nyina ye it ye nuanum NDC for no enim Edunti no man fa report na ma omukotu to be a omudiko share statement mu no.
The see report in the mamo in that your leader even had a report.
There's no way
a minority leader for your market.
So that day no, there's no way they could have given us the report. You know why? Because any report na na obe presented in parliament and according to our standing orders no adeɛ na wo be present ya me aka ho asɛm no ɛno na ye chama yi nyina
right
enti esan sɛ na nye report no wo be ka ho asɛm nti no sa report ya ma obi a copy
ya ma obi a copy
bi a statement no mum ye members na ye be debate no
okay
because any report na ye be debate
okay
enti de wo no obi a nim
the man was a statement not a report
statement no a wakɔhwɛ report no akotutumu no ono na ɛsɛ sɛ watutumu no because say you report no it is a statement in free report man I say in free mo ye nim
okay
so enti no wakɔhwɛ mu akotutu no eno na wose what they ba beto on yaka ho asema speaker I refer to the committee it wasn't after about 2 weeks as a week after you debating you commenting the statement mamenka we so say a report no a you be debating a statement no a o comment which is different from a debate.
So maybe you comment on the statement.
You comment on the statement.
What you debate on it.
Until the whole thing was carefully designed just to poison the minds of Ghanaians against the MPP.
I see.
Timiswari jira na meka say not here na ekoswe. There na propaganda.
Yeah, because it's all
report no e wo hefa. Because me cry report no minim say report no management responses. O statement any management responses. Enti minim the war report ni holistically na yaka ho asem. Enti the wo be yan e propaganda. And sabre no na ban na chip tareban e wo kokon nsem no ho. Sabre no na ban na chip tareban e wo a lot of issues. So clearly no na obejatum just to turn the public discussions because when you see a Ghana for the sebe and rightly so much will be the abasika that is where you know your attention but for me attention so they knew the psyche of the nation, they knew the tempo of the nation and they just wanted to flip it.
I see.
That's what I say. It was a clear case of propaganda.
I see. May show the report in the Public Accounts Committee. Now, critical issues are, but I don't want to get into the issues, because because I mean, kind of reporting them with the SF not a me Delegate Africa publish it do one about rice bonus can be a coin 1D1F. Yes, it can be a say I say Choma banks or check your banks and the banks and they say do your mechanic. So I don't want to go into until I get a report. But what I want to ask you is more a member of your caucus, Abnosha Sar. One the chair of the Public Accounts Committee as a report to Akua one never tell us so. Knowing that there are perception and as an allegation of a corruption be a caucus, and she was the deputy finance minister at the time. Will it be prudent to say or not tell us all this are reported? And your conflict of interest, I'm
sure. Or chair.
Or on the chair of duty, yeah.
Nipa ewo committee no so no ebro chairman no nko aso
okay
nipa no do so
okay
senkente sa kasan ye wo ken ke bia nka me no be ya adwen
okay
na ye misa ye ho say Public Accounts Committee no abai sesa de bia no a member of the opposition no and a chair meboa for me it has been the most effective committee in the Fourth Republic.
Okay.
Say if there's an instance the chairman no by reason of say free opposition no aha adwene amayam pinsim ya then there might be a good case for us to push for this. But you see, I don't readily recall of an instance where by reason of the fact say opposition no ekotena so a wo hwehwe ono na ban asemu ntino and to me I'm concerned say economy.
But when one like what deputy financial directly involved in some of this, no, but that's the distinction here.
The Public Accounts Committee's work was not just on the Finance Ministry.
Okay.
It cuts across the ministries and various agencies.
Yeah.
Only involvement might not be that significant, but be that as it may. Mimi Gideon said that one of the reasons why our Public Accounts Committee are very effective because opposition
and there was
war. It is a kobase sebe in this particular case, the presence of the opposition will make it difficult for us to interrogate it. Then we may have to review it for this particular case.
In reference to the auditor job report,
when we look at the sum total of the report, and we see, by reason of the opposition chairing it, it may result in a compromise. I don't think nothing stops us from taking a look at it.
Oh, I see.
But I'm saying, in this republic, it has been the trend.
Of course, it's been a trend.
That notwithstanding, it still remains the most effective committee, one of the most effective committees of Parliament. I'm yet to see one single track record of, by reason of in a particular instance, by reason of saying chairman if opposition into I'm questioning SSC na semi-hubia, it won't be difficult for me to.
So for now, on one transfer on this report
until the contrary is proven, until there is a real evidence or propensity of a risk of compromise. Otherwise,
because I course I got raised that day.
Yes,
the cash will raise it.
Yes, but you see, for an institution like we have, you cannot just raise things. It must be backed by evidence.
Right,
and supported by very cogent analysis. And to me, feel say evidence, BBN will see a coin because he has a cherry mine. Ghana ye yoni epe. Openi media maka so be a bokrono and found the baby free. The associate and the faso, I see it any day, a faso.
I don't know, but that's a big query. But I was a month for quality Zaneto Rollins, MP for Clotte constituency. Now, more you've been raising issues about, say, if a defense minister. I'm just learning, say, on my point, as a defense minister, and that's the information.
Is it confirmed?
And that's the information I'm picking up.
Say no cry. Mekas was set no fatter. We share the track record, we share the pedigree. I think it's a befitting appointment.
Right, because that's the information I've picked up.
But Adia Bia Kosua, a month of my penny Mahama. On Sasayu.
No, I'm on
the first term, no.
San Hotier. What's his eye?
A woman say, Inia or Manebo Manom, Yankopo Tony Safra Womo, not a idea. But for a position like a defense minister, Ujato for close to 6 months or more. That's what I say. I know, say, you didn't want the signal to be sent, say. Sebe. That's what I say.
Okay.
But see a bobo, let's play a bibushia. Me pacho yam for replacement ma. Ghana phone na beti ase. E will be so money, doctor. We ni papa. He's a very good man. You see na yade. But now me feel say the subsequent handling of statecraft in state near mano, it could have been better.
I see.
Now, we know a reshuffle why I now suggest one appointment.
It's just one appointment. Say that's a vacancy there.
Because
you didn't answer your mama wants to sign, but I don't want to understand.
Oh, the first time,
I didn't want to sign.
No time reshuffle.
Oh, okay.
And not reshuffle no or train in Asepa. And near me no work saying. It drew you now phone or telephone or your call area echo. Network near very bad. And someone central for some eating. It drew you now your call. Instead, said you be focused Ministry of Communication be focusing on the bad networks no the nani agye ho a opeso wo ye SIM card registration.
I see, no, I mean, Namuye, no, Sabi was a poor foundation, Jose, yeah, for and this time the final
budget near saying
budget is saying,
we've been doing SIM card registration since President Mills Abreso.
Yeah, I think 2010 was the first time.
Honorable Haruna Dusu, yeah,
2010, yes.
Honorable Eslo Susube, yeah. And Sam George also person let me see who say what is in SIM card registration that Obiaba I don't know attracting attention.
What is in SIM card registration that we say attracting attention?
I don't know we are journalist. Me say I don't know we are journalist. Internet say ohihim. So what to me you have some investigation why you breaking news. What analysis? Yes, hey. Kwesi Paka Wilson say interviews nko anu nim ye nanso we investigative journalist or ye delve deep adentina de bia na SIM card registration and anu ada em say sika de ye nem say 70 million and you say 240 million
also mu biem and again what you fraud people from the system.
When you see a problem back up, yes, sir. Nipa ya na to de bi omudi anim no. They lack creativity.
I see.
Abemu, it's creativity. Look, Lee Kuan Yew. What transidin who say Singapore, their only asset at the time he became the Prime Minister of Singapore, their only asset was the military accoutrement of the British Army and a newo. They be almost on very draw. They be almost on very draw. Then he realized that he had to be creative to create wealth for him Crawford. Inti adiaba ko jire we ent o share London stock market no a pon aka krama na pon no na New York stock market aba. New York stock market pon until say London be da sorry no. Na stock market nyina ye den akulusu. Meanwhile Singapore edi London anim about 7 hours. To here obetumi your stock market wo. So it is the kind of creativity our leaders lack. Enunti na ade baako de bia no person omo ye. And what unti say here new chamber, parliamentary chamber.
Yes, of course, that's it.
Kohe House of Commons. How longer chamber ne die? Kohe. Ya she omu green chairs na omu tete solo. Desk kura nye den eni ho. Te said ye wo hu. Omu ni standing speaker, microphones esi what said ye wo hu. And so ye see a person asesa no. On a full day, House of Lords. E ho ye man ni pagina ho. And so matena ho sa mfie
so many years.
Yeah. So I say. And so also ya ko piska wo no also the person was chamber no ye there osisa. Not forgetting say yes ye chamber no ye bie mu kra ye renovate ye nye den enche ye meboa. Yeah. Obrafo bo nyum bi obebi fam. O say kraman o say abrechi as a kraman ye de no kosi kwanche wo se wanyini. Wa obi atamu akosi kwanche no kra so wanyini na de otamu kosi ho ne ono swear.
Yeah, I think I remember that line.
That's what I say.
I see. It is a situation that you're against it.
Before say it shouldn't be a priority.
It shouldn't be a priority.
Say
for the forward system in the more.
Patrol. Okay.
Antonio London for
ITBN him say there's a simpler way this can be done at a cheaper cost. Open o say there na anyhow. O say me
biometric and captured
member. O say biometric.
Yeah.
National
recognition.
Good. National Identification Authority or me biometric meboa.
Right.
Meboa. Good. Me pacho we phone e update time bia.
We update.
E update ade na chero. E bi wo pay information bi to update meboa. Enti say me sim me NI card na me national identification card na ni ho a opanyi. You can just procure softwares that will make it possible for all of us to update at a cheaper cost. And I'm a Sebi, some card, any scanning, any barcode, I'll beat me a scanning.
I don't think it has a barcode.
Fancy any barcode. Your information be crowd why it can be required of you to say date of birth.
But instances where Bafu were now pack a picture, that's why. Yeah, I mean, how do you do
NHI card will expose everything. So what I say, it is if it means to say what link you NHI card, what link the NHI database to the National Communications for database, all that will be required is for me to send basic information to send me date of birth, and based on that, there can be a synchronized.
Okay.
So what I say, at that point, if there is some inconsistency between the information contained on the database of the National Communications Authority and that of the NAIA, then you give me a timeline.
So you can flag it. Like,
yes, flag it. Timelines to do it, right? Failing which, my line will be blocked. I say we, and the IT for boss, to me any ma bebre o. Say wo di 240 million e koye den.
Sika na won ti ase.
The person me chone say, wo for IT for no a, na ka chen so on design program for this purpose. Obe design amount.
I be lesser than 200.
Oh, boss. It's a system, you see, it's just a dissonance, right? A friend is saying, system, understand their part. Right. To link them. It will be designing program and linking with boss. Upeso kache me say, yenya IT for on be designing program to link this.
Oyerepa TV, Efrinyame.